Cast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, worldwide scribblers. Pleasure to be on this evening. And thank you for coming aboard here. A lot of people are coming on right now. Everybody's better late than never, but I did get a lot of people coming in early. So thank you, thank you. Tonight we're going to go through Sqribble. I want to give you guys some information that I found out in the system that'll help you write quicker and do some pictures. And I've learned a lot by doing this collaboration. I'm learning a lot from you guys, which is kind of cool. And it's going to help us all out, make things much quicker. So it's going to be much easier, I believe, as we go forward. So I'm going to continue and just show you guys kind of what I found out what's going on within the system. So we'll get started here in a little bit, give it a few more minutes. But you guys can see this as you are here. What I'm going to show you right now is you guys see the working copies of what we're doing with the collaboration within Sqribble. Now, any of you that are on the call, I think most of you are probably, is anybody not part of the collaboration that's on? Go ahead and give me a shout out if you're not. If you guys are on the collaboration, and a few of you have not gotten your, I'm seeing this, a few of you have not gotten your links yet. So I'll see about that. I'm sure there's a reason for that. We got to get that back to you. And we'll go through some of the information that we have here. So give it a few more minutes, like I said. Oh, right here, I want to show you guys something. Right here on the front, if you guys can see this. First of all, can everybody hear me okay? All right. Go ahead and give me a yes or a no if you guys can hear me. I want to make sure that we're live. So we'll just give it a second. Yes, okay, cool. Okay, whoever didn't get their didn't get their link, we have that signed agreement. But what we're going to do, we're going to talk about that because I think some of you may have difficulty doing the scan and things like that, and I understand that. And what's easy for some people is not easy for all. And I know that all too well. So believe me. So we're asking for you to, do a copy and then send it back to us. I think a lot of people may have problems just downloading it and then getting it back into an email and sent back to us. So we're figuring out another way to do that right now. We're just trying to get the logistics down so everybody does understand that. We may do something different on that because we know people are going to have issues with trying to, first of all, you got to print it, then you got to sign it, then you got to scan it, then you got to send it back to us. I see that as being an issue. And like I said, for some people, it's no issue at all. Even me, and I've done this forever, taking documents and I scan them and I first of all, I print them, then I scan them and, with my signature and all that good stuff and upload them to my computer. And then I attach the file and send it back to the person. That's not that easy. For a lot of people, it simply is not. For me, yes, I've done this for a long time. But when I first started, I couldn't do a damn thing. So my heart's out there with you for a lot of you guys that haven't been able to do that yet. So I'll figure it out. And hello, Dublin. Pleasure to have you, Yvonne. I see you just came aboard. That's great. We're going to give it a few more minutes here. People still coming aboard. But as I'm saying over here, you guys see there's a new page here, new book, and it's the writing team's video training. And what I have learned in this whole thing with the collaboration, and we're into it now for, it's been 2 months of working on this, and we're learning a lot. We're starting to structure it better and better. And my hat goes out to Lynn and Percy again. They've really been my right hands in helping me do this. And so I do appreciate them quite a bit. And I know Lynn, she was up till late last night. Like she said, she's either dedicated or crazy. I think she's a little both. No kidding. Lynn has been an asset. She's been wonderful. But we put this together and I did a couple videos. I'm going to get into it here in just a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to do videos on how to write the book, how to take the copy of the book that you have, and how to start formatting and copying it. And I learned a few tricks here. And I'm going to go through those tonight for you guys. For a lot of you that don't have capture software, let me know right now, who has video capture, picture capture software like Snagit? If you don't, just say yes or no if you guys can, because I'm trying to get a pulse of who has what, and sometimes I think everybody has it, and a lot of people don't, and I understand that. So okay, keep going, bring it on. Let me know. Okay, got some yeses, we got a few nos. Okay. Yep. We're running about, 60-40 there. I think about 60% of the people have it, but 40% don't. And that's good to know. I really appreciate that, everybody. That is wonderful. So I'm going to show you a little cheat tonight on what to do. So as you guys are writing your book, what I really want you to do is have a little notepad next to you. You really got to have a little notepad and a pen. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you start doing images, and I've done this for years, 4 years, but I usually just scribble on anything that's close to me. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason. I just scribble because the next time I find something, I'll scribble on it again. And I do it for images. And when we do images, I'm going to go through it tonight. I'm going to show you a trick on how you can do this, because I always think with Snagit, I can see a picture, I can crop it right then and there, and I can take it and boom, it's done. Then I can upload it into the Sqribble system. A lot of you that don't have any of these tools, I'm going to show you tonight how to do it without the tools, so you guys can understand how exactly it's going to work. And your copy of the book is just like my copy of the book. Then, of course, when you do write a page and you format it, then you're going to send us an email and let us know that you guys, what's going on, that you guys have written a page. That's basically really what you need to do here. So what I'm going to do, let me see something here. I'm going to see something here. Okay, remember, it's sqribbleBookTeam@gmail. So I want you guys all to know that sqribbleBookTeam@gmail is the email. So I see somebody, or a couple people are saying, do you want to be part of it? Yes, you're going to send an email to sqribbleBookTeam@gmail.com. So let me see if I can put that in there. sqribbleBookTeam@gmail.com. Okay. I'm just going to send this to the entire audience. See if I can get that out to you guys. Okay, just hang on there. Okay, I'm trying to send this all to you guys. And I'm coming over here. So what time is it? 6:07. We're going to give it another minute or two. Still got a few people coming in. So we'll give them a few more minutes as we go forward. And we will definitely do that. So just hang on a second. And getting everything. I hope everybody had a good week this week. It has been quite the hot summer. I know even in Europe, in England, and I'm sure Ireland, and where some of our people are, you guys are probably getting burned up. Sure you are. It's hitting 100 degrees in some of those places that people have never seen it before. Okay, let me see. No other software. Okay, a lot of people are saying they don't have the software. Now we're at 50-50, people that have Snagit and people that don't have any software at all. So that's why we're going to go through with this. Okay, I'm going to get started right now. And like I said, this is Kevin, and hello, Scribblers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this first. This is the Sqribble Teams video training. Now, I'll run through it. This is really I really like what we're doing here, because for trainings, it's pretty much endless. And what I've learned is, for you guys that are coming into this that have never done it before, that you guys who have never written a book before, this is probably one of the smartest, fastest ways you can do it, because myself and the team have actually put together a really nice system that you guys can follow. It's kind of like paint by numbers. And so you can come in there and just start throwing content in. And I truly believe it's the best way to do it, because it doesn't matter if you make mistakes. It doesn't matter, because after what we show you here, you can just, if something really goes crazy, just delete the darn page and duplicate a page. And in the training, we're going to show you that. So it's really important that you guys follow along. Now, I've done this for a long time, and for many years, guys. I've been training for over 20 years. And I've always said that you have to get to the ground level. People can't fly until they run on the ground a little while. And I've noticed this a lot. You don't have to be a genius. You just have to be dedicated. And sometimes I think everybody should know what I know, and it's not that way. I've learned through the years that people have to start out, like anything else, and start from the beginning, because we don't want to leave you behind, and I know that all too well. Oh, also, I want to let you guys know too, the replays on this training is on the YouTube channel, is on the Sqribble YouTube channel. So you guys can find the replays there also. But I'm going to get into this, and you guys will have this within your system. You should have this, and when you guys log into this, this is actually where you're going to log into. You're going to find your page here, and you're going to be able to do this. Now, I'm going to speak to the team tonight, and hopefully we can get this, rectified. How we're going to actually take your follow up, where we want you to send back, you agree to this and that. I think it's too difficult to do the scanning and then sending it back to us. So we're going to figure out a real quick method and just do it. Just get it done. Sometimes when you think too hard, it gets too crazy. Okay, I'm going to hit the edit button on this. So give me a second here as it comes up. Should load up pretty quick. But I'm seeing it's a little bit too hard for people. And I'm getting that from my team on the feedback. And I thought it would be a little hard. I could do a video on just scanning and showing you how to do it. But then once again, a lot of people don't have a scanner at their house. Yes, they may have a printer, but they don't have a scanner. Then they got to go put it on the thumb drive. Then they got to go to Staples, and try to get it on the thumb drive with an email. It's just too tedious. So we're going to make this a lot, easy peasy is all I can say. We got to make it damn easy, not hard. So I'm going to do whatever I can to get you guys approved that much quicker and just get you into the system. Okay, so here's the page right here. And this is the new training page that we just put up this last night. And it's just a step-by-step. And this is going to be new, and it's going to change it up a little bit. And here's what we did. The first video in chapter 1 is going to become a ghostwriter, collaborate with the team. Video 1. These are the videos I just did last night. And these videos, when you guys get into them and seeing what I did it from scratch, meaning that I didn't get in there and I didn't train on them and I didn't redo them. I just went in there and did them. And I have to tell you, when you go to the editors, which is in Sqribble here, sometimes they can be quirky, or sometimes your system, depending on your computer, it can be slower or faster. And sometimes things don't always, go as fast as you want, or they may not. But I'm going to show you a basis tonight too on how it's working. But I want you guys to go look at the videos on YouTube, or you can come in here and you can copy the links and do it. So as we said here, this is a 60-minute video. Real important. You guys want to see this. It's an overview of the rectangle blocks, the story content and all that good stuff. This is just one of the meetings we had just recently. So a lot of you have already seen this. Now, this 18-minute video, which is video 1, Ghost Story Training and how to collaborate with the entire team. This is brand new. And like I said, this is very raw. And I did this from the get-go. I didn't, go in there and train on it or try to do it, preliminary. And I made a few mistakes in here just because I was going through the system thinking, the editors would work just perfect, and they didn't. And that's normal because the WYSIWYG editors and some of the advanced editors, I don't blame the editing tool. I kind of blame sometimes the computers syncing up. And you guys, if it happened to me, it's going to happen to you. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do something tonight. I think it's very, very important I show you how to do pictures, because pictures, content you can throw in really quick. You truly can. Pictures, you have to be able to resize. If you don't have Snagit, if you do have, do or don't, I got to tell you, you're going to have difficulty if you don't have Snagit unless you see what I show you in these videos. And it's very, very important. And you'll be able to do the pictures with ease now without having Snagit. So here's the video, or here's the link right here. Come in here, copy and paste it, put it into your browser. So you're going to do something like this. You're going to left click and put it in like that. You're going to highlight it. You're going to hit copy. You're going to go up to your browser up here, put it into your browser and hit go, and then you're going to be able to watch the video, or go to YouTube. You can go straight directly to YouTube. Okay, so right here I show you how to clone the page, how to move the page up or down, how to download a picture from Pexels to your computer, how to upload a new picture into the Sqribble Pictures files. Now this, don't think this is complicated, because personally, reading something doesn't work as well as a video. A video is so much easier to learn from. So my advice is just go look at these. These are dumbed down videos. These are quick and simple, and they will walk you through the content. And after you watch these videos that we're going to bring to you, you guys will be able to go in there and start building pages. I think the number one thing is why the collaboration is so very important is you come into Sqribble, you buy the product, and then pretty much you come to the webinars and you're listening to me talk and everything's great. And I'm showing you how to edit and do this and do that. It's great. You're going to learn a lot from that. But the true importance is being involved, being part of the team, being part of myself and Lynn and Percy and everybody else that is out there. We're all learning from each other. It's so important that you are part of the team and you're involved with us. Not, you're not outside the box. You're in the same box as us. And you're going to learn from it so much more because I'm still learning. Like I said, with these videos, you're going to see me stumble a little bit because the software was giving me hell a little bit here. And I think it was just because I used Snagit for so long and I wasn't using it. I was just downloading pictures and I learned a lot from doing this. So I'm going to show you that tonight. Okay, video 2. Ghost Story Train, how to collaborate with the entire team. This is only an 8-minute video, and I'm going to do more videos. How to add more than one picture, how to change out the picture, how to resize the picture. This little 8-minute video to me is probably one of the most important training videos for you in Sqribble. Now, I want to tell you something too. The programmers are programmers. The design, the engineers, the deals team, they are brilliant. They are geniuses. But when it comes to training and understanding how the people are out there, it's hard for any of us to understand what's in your head, what's in the next person's head, how much you know, how much you don't know. And what I've learned, and this is true, we really got to show you how to do the editing because every tool's a little different. Every programmer is a little different on how they format and do everything. So you need to watch this video and see how to do a picture because once you see how to do a picture, you're going to be able to go in and start just laying it out. You're going to start, these 2 videos are very, very important. Like I said, the 18-minute, and I want you to keep these right by your side when you're starting to write content in the system. And I really advise you to go in there and write a page of the ghost story. We don't care how good, bad, ugly, beautiful it is. Just write something and throw a picture in. And I show you exactly how I did it. I did upload some pictures. I went to, I'm going to show you real quick. I went to this. I went to Pexels. I put in something here, and I'll walk through it here in a little bit to kind of show you again how I did it. And I learned something. In the video, you're going to see me stumble, and then I come back and I learned something on how to do it right when I was doing the video. Because like I said, I've always used Snagit, and it actually taught me something right there within the video. And it's really important that you guys get used to this. Okay, someone's asking a question on the PDF that you send in. The phone, the people can, okay. There's on the PDF an app on the phone that people can use to sign the agreement. Oh, okay. There's an app. Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you, Deborah, for letting me know that. I do appreciate it. So we'll look into that and see. It would be great if we could just have you guys be accepted right on the phone. I don't like the idea of you guys having to, to be accepted to be part of the team. You got to scan it in. Like I said, we don't want to do that anymore. So I'll check into that and talk to my team tonight and see exactly what we have. And you guys will, you're going to get your link. We want you to get in here and start writing. So anyway, this is the training. It's brand new. So we're going to start doing more. And this is video 3, which I haven't done yet, but we got it ready. And so we're going to be adding more and more as we go forward. It's so important that you guys start writing with us because it is really a cool way for you guys to become good, truly good. Because if you see people like myself who are, I've been doing this a long time. I don't want to say I'm good, I'm great, I'm bad or whatever, but I know a lot from what I've done in the past. And it's really good that you see me stumble and work through it. Because like I said, if I'm stumbling, but I find a fix real quick in the video, you guys are going to be able to see it much clearer rather than me just, not show you the error that I made and then fix it right away. So it's really better that you guys walk through everything that I'm doing. So this is it. This is the video training book. We want you to be able to do this. So I'm going to save and exit. So you guys are going to come back here and watch the videos. Very, very important. And then we'll get back in here. So I'll talk to, let me see what, yeah, and when you guys do the, when you guys are watching the replays within YouTube, would you guys please leave a comment? Would you please leave a comment? Please let us know what we can do to improve the videos as we go forward. Because the videos that I did are not high zoot videos. They're just raw. Like I said, I just got in there and I just wanted to show you guys kind of how it's working. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to jump into it. So let's just jump into one of them. I'm going to take a drink of coffee here. So hang on one second. Okay, we're back. It's taken a little longer because the go-to meeting kind of swallows up my bandwidth, but all is good. And I'm going to kind of show you this. And like I said before, the team did a really good job helping format this entire training series. And you guys are we're all lucky to be able to create this together. I mean, it really is something else. Okay, so it's going to load up. Oh, wow. Someone's saying that Snagit has special offers at times, up to 40% off. In July, it was only $39 plus a maintenance fee of $12. And I don't know if you need to do the maintenance fee, but if it's 40% off and it's $39 for Snagit, wow. So Snagit's another good tool. Very good tool. Okay. So I'm going to show you kind of what I did on the videos last night. I'm going to go all the way down to page 50. I know that's where it ends, right around page 50. So let me see what I got. Okay, I'm going to blow through here. 49, 50. Okay. This was the page that I did last night, just messing around. I didn't change the content, but you see the content's pretty much the same here and here. But what I did is I showed you in the video how I was able to take this content. It was wide. It was completely took the top part. Now I shrunk it down here. I shrunk it down here. And then I added 2 pictures. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add another page. So let's just see. I want you guys to see this. So just in case for some of you guys that don't exactly want to go in there and watch the videos. So let me see if I can make this go down. Page number. I don't want to do that. Let me see if I can put another duplicated page. Okay, I'm going to clone the page. So let's do this. Now watch. So see, I have up here, let me 49 is a whole different thing. So what I did at first is I cloned this page. I brought it down here. And then what I did is I changed it up. So we're going to do something again here so you guys can kind of understand. Oop, I'm going to hit clone. Okay. There we go. Okay, it cloned and it went directly below. So now it's 49.50 and we're down to 51 now. It created the page number for us automatically. Now this is a brand new page. Now this is a page that we have. And I kind of want to show you kind of like I took this picture and I redid it. I actually redid this picture to be, or no, I redid one. I think it was a further up. I took something and I ran with it. And I have a couple pages that are duplicate, but I'm just training you guys. So on this page that I just did, I duplicated this. Now, if you wanted to add content to this, and let's show you something here. Right here, we would change the headline. We're going to change the paragraph. We're going to change the picture. But I do want to show you something here. I'm going to bring Pexels over, which is the free software that we can use. And I'm going to put in horror for spooky. And then I'm going to click on it. Now I'm going to choose a picture that's a little bigger. And this is where you guys are going to understand what I'm doing here. I'm going to pick something kind of different, kind of spooky. Let's see what we got. Let's just use this one. This one's kind of spooky here. I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit download. Now what's going to happen here? It's going to come up. Now, okay, see right here, it's got to take it's got 9 seconds left. I don't know if you can see it, but it's uploading to my downloads folder on my computer. It's on my downloads folder. And that's what you guys are going to have. This is a Windows computer, so I'm not quite sure on the Mac. So I'm going to get out of that. Now, what I got to do here is say show in folder. Okay, hang on a second. And it showed up. I'm going to just kind of show you. It showed up in my folder right here. Now I'm going to take this. I'm going to hit copy. And then I'm going to go back to my other folder here. And I'm going to show you guys the folder in just a second here. Show you what I'm doing. So just give me a second. Okay. Now I have another folder. I took it from the downloads, and now I have a Sqribble folder, Ghost Story, blah, blah, blah. And these are the pictures I uploaded last night. So now I'm going to right click, hit paste, and the new picture shows up right here. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to leave this just, oh wait, I'm going to pull this away here. Hang on one second. I don't want to lose everything that I'm doing. I'm going to pull that away just for a second. Now watch what I'm going to do. I am going to go up here, or I'm going to go right here. Let's see what we can do. And I'm going to hit right here, and I'm going to hit, this is the advanced editor. Remember, there's several editors. The yellow one's the advanced. This one, if I copy or if I highlight the text, the little editor comes up, the white one. But the picture, it'll be in some of the headlines and things like that. We got more functionality here. So I'm going to hit this. This comes up over here. Now, what I want you to do, and I told you to get a pen and paper or just a scratch pad when you're doing it. And just remember this. I'm going to write this down. You always want to look at the image, an image that works or image that you want to kind of copy. Get the idea. 360, the width, and 299. So I'm going to write that down just for my Sqribble. And there's a method to this, and I'll show you. I've been doing this for years. So, and you can, and then it says maintain ratio. If it's on yes, if I change 360 to say 560, it'll automatically take 299 to say 380 or whatever. It'll ratio it exactly. Sometimes I'll take this ratio off, and I did it in the videos last night, and I'll kind of show you that. So first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to upload an image because I clicked on this, and then I'm going to upload. I'm going to change the image out, and I'm going to hit upload. Then I'm going to go find the picture. And then, okay, there we go. Here's the picture. Now let's see how big, this is going to be huge. And that's why Sqribble sometimes, or not Sqribble, Snagit works really well because you can size it, but it doesn't matter. Now watch this. It's going to blow out it's going to blow it out a little bit. I'm going to upload it first. It won't blow it out yet, but watch. I'm going to upload it into the folder. This is the Sqribble folder that we all use within the system. And where's the picture? It's going to be here any second. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. There it is. Okay, now this picture, it said it was 3,300 pixels by like 3,000 pixels. Huge. Normally, they'll be a lot smaller. They'll be like 500, 600 by 600 or, you know, whatever. This one's huge. Now watch what happens when I upload it to this screen. Okay, I didn't do it. Oh yeah, see right here how huge it is? And look at this. This is something I kind of showed you in the video, and I had to learn this last night. I can't move it because it's off the screen. Now I can hit move to center, and I can try to mess with it and get it over there, and I probably can, but it's kind of a headache. Now look what I just did. I wrote down the 360 by 299 from the old picture. Remember that? I did that. Rather than go through the headache to try to hit move to center, because this picture is huge, and this is going to save you from having to buy Snagit right now. So you can do just by taking those numbers from a good picture that you had, like this size is the same size. It's 360 by 299. I'm going to put 360 in here. Watch what happens. And then I'm going to click right over here, you know, outside the little box here. It's going to change. Now watch, it's going to maintain the ratio. This is going to go right away. Watch this. Okay, now it's 360 by 540. Now, it's too big, right? So now I'm going to unclick maintain ratio. No. Now, this picture is a little funky, but I think it'll work. I'm going to go 299. It may stretch it too much. Now watch, I'm going to go 299 height. It's not going to change this now because I took the maintain ratio off. It's the 360 is going to stay. The width is going to stay, but now it's going to squeeze it up. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. Let's just see. Ooh, now she's a little, we just kind of, you know, made her a little bit wider than taller. So that's a little weird, but you know what? Let's go back And let me go back to 500. And we can do something different now. So I'm going to take this picture right here. I'm going to take this, and I am going to now, since I haven't done the content, I'm going to take a lot of the content away. I'm going to move this just right here for now. I'm going to move this, or here, I'm going to take this, and this is too tall. I'm going to make this a real short paragraph. So I'm going to make this, instead of the height 310, you see the box here, it's 310 vertical. I'm going to make this like 200 and just do it. Okay, see, so now it's a lot smaller. Really simple. So I'm going to go down further. I'm going to go here. I'm going to move this down. I'm going to move this down. I'm just going to completely change the page up. We can do anything we want. We truly can. So I'm going to move it down just a little bit more. Move this. I may not even use it. I may kind of delete a lot of the stuff, but this is just for this. So now I can move this picture right about here. Now I'm going to take this, move it right here, and I'm going to move this up just a little bit, not much. And then I'm going to move this down a little bit, and now we have a little bit of a different format here, which is kind of cool. So I can take this. Let me see what I can do here. Okay, this picture is a little bit too big, so I'm going to take it, and instead of going, really squeezing it, I'm just going to say 470. It'll give me a little room. There we go. It gives me a little room right here now. So this is what you guys can kind of see. So just by playing with the pixels, oops, I'll go back. Just by playing with the pixels, when you upload a picture, and this is recorded, so you guys are going to be able to see this and in the videos that we're training with. So I took this picture that was monstrous. It was 3,000 pixels by 3,000. It was 3,300 pixels by 3,000 or whatever when I first downloaded it from Pexels. Now look at it. I made it 338 by 470, and it looks good. It really does look good. So right here, I can make this a little bigger. I can put the content, which I would do, is put the content all the way down here. So what I would do is hit this. I'm seeing the vertical height is 259. I'm going to make it 450, and let's see if that works. And it does. See, I'm just eyeing it, and everything's by pixels. You guys got to know everything's by pixels. So we're going to make sure that you guys learn from that. It is, pixels. So I'm going to make this better. We're going to add more content as we go and all that good stuff, but I'm just going to kind of make it look a little bit. Oops, I'm going to just, there we go. So for now, I'm just going to leave it like that, and you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. So I put the picture there. Now let's just say I want to take this out, so I can delete this. I'm just going to say, yes, I am sure. Take the picture out. Now this, I want to put content all the way down here. So I'm just kind of showing you guys exactly what you need to do. So we're going to click this again, and I am going to go with, I'm going to go 700. Let's see if that works. Okay, now this is messed up. You see this? I can't reach it. And this is where this nice little tool that Adil created helps. See, I just made it 700. Now I can't grab it because because this little thing up here, the mover, is way off the page. But look at this. I can hit move to center. And there it is. Now I can move it. So once again, I hit move to center. I'll bring it back up so you guys can kind of see. So it did help me out a lot. And that's just about right, right about there. I'd say, yeah, I can actually make it a little bit wider because I want it to be exactly like this. So I'm going to go like 725. And this is just kind of giving you guys some thoughts on what you need to do as you go forward here. So we got that. It looks good. Now the height, I'm going to bring that up. I don't need all that height. So I'm going to only say 100. So you're playing with the dimensions is basically, and the tool does it for you. So see, I just brought that now, and I'll pull that down. And if I want to make it bigger, which I can make it like 250, whatever. It is, wonderful. So now I just changed the whole format of the page. And of course here you would change the content, never, keep the same content. And this is all you need to do. And then stretch this out. You can stretch this out all the way down to here and put more into it. If you want to leave these blocks like this, you can, or you could do something crazy and just put a block there. You could move the block to say here, and then you can move this up, and then watch what I'm doing. I can hit that, and it's too wide, so I'm going to make this 500. I'm just being inventive here. Now I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it in the middle like that. I'm going to grab this one, put it right here to kind of make it a little bit cool. Now what I'm going to do is duplicate. Let's make it, okay, there we go. So I got another one. So I just kind of, I'm just changing it up is all I'm doing, you guys. Not doing anything great. Just trying to get it balanced a little bit. And sometimes that's a little hard to get balanced, but you kind of see where I'm going here. So you can format the page to look, kind of cool and do different things as you want. Now, if I wanted to put a big block down here, remember we have big blocks. I should go down. It's actually below. So if I want to put a bigger block up here, I can say clone. From your page, you guys can do this. And then you can say move up, move to another page. It's going to ask me the number. Now I know the page is 51. At least I think it is. Let's see. I'm going to hit go. And there it is. Yeah, it was 51. So sometimes you want to get your little scratch pad out there, and you guys want to be able to do that, be able to change it up yourself. So, you want to be able to move stuff around. So this is kind of, like I said, it's kind of like paint by numbers. You guys can do so much with this. Now watch this. If I wanted to bring this here, I want to kind of show you guys what power you have. You guys have a lot of power with this. So let's just click this, and you see it's too big for this. So now I'm going to make the height 100. And let's see what it does to the box. There you go. So now it's a different box. It's not the same box that we had before. So just by hitting, this is the advanced editor, just by hitting this, the little tool, this is the tool icon, you guys can go over here and change the dimensions of it, just like the images, everything else. So it gives you a lot of power. Now, so this, I'm just going to leave it like that. So it gives us an idea. So we made the page kind of cool. Actually, visual is very good. Now, the fonts, I do want to show you, or not the fonts, I want to show you the colors first. I was looking for this color last night in the video, and you guys are going to see me reaching for it, trying to find the color. The color's right here. It's right on the first page. So remember, when you highlight any text, you're going to go somewhere and you want to highlight it. You want to left click and drag. You want to drag it over, left click, and then let go. And then, the WYSIWYG, this white editor will pop up. This is for text color. If you mouse over it, it tells you. This is for background color. Now we're keeping everything the same colors. So watch what I'm doing here. I'm going to hit red. Let's see if that changed it. Okay, so see, it's red. I want to change it back. So I'm just kind of giving you an idea. So when I left click and hold the mouse down, the editor's up here. I'm going to go back, and then this is the color right here. I think it's a peach, actually. It is. So that's what it was. So instead of a gold, it's kind of like a peachy gold. So it kind of shows you guys how this editor also works here. And a lot of the videos that we have, we show you a lot of different things. And it's not even a bad idea if we keep the fonts, but you could, like here, just to give you an idea, if you wanted to, you could italicize it. Now, I don't know. And that's good sometimes because like if you're talking like the first person or something like that, this kind of lets it kind of, understand that. And then you maybe put some, quotes, whatever. You can do whatever you want. And then you can run with it. You can do anything. But we are keeping this book pretty much in the whites and the goldish peach color, I just found out. And that's what we're doing. But you can add any picture that you truly want. So it's very important that you guys understand the editing tools. So by you coming into Sqribble, buying the software and everything like that, if you can master the pictures and then putting the content in and stretching these out, like right here, if I wanted this to be a little bigger in the width, I can do it. Like from 320, you can also hit the arrow. And see how see how the words kind of flush over? So I'll go a little bit. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. And then I can move this just a little closer over here. And now I got a little more room here. So there's, like I said, this thing's, you can do so much magic with this as you go forward. Now we're keeping the fonts the same. To understand the size of the fonts, and this is something I kind of want to show you. And right here, okay, old standard TT font is 29, size 29. Okay, and the other one is size 23, ABZ. Now I'm going to show you where ABZ is and old standard so you can kind of understand where it's at. So I'll just keep it in here for now, or let's go up here so you guys can kind of understand where I'm going. Now if I just click here and then I go to, let's go to the editor, let's see what we have here. See if I can find all this stuff that I have. Element ID, oop, let me see. Okay, here it is, ABZ. So you guys can see what we have here for the font. And that's just what we showed you down here. So if you wanted to change it, like I said, we're keeping the format pretty much the same. You'll click, raise it up a little bit. And that was a little fussy there. I had to move up my the scroller just to get that to work right there. And sometimes that happens on some of this. So then you can see there's another scroll. We have all the different fonts, which is truly amazing. So that shows you the font there. So now if I wanted to go here and see what this font is, let's see. Okay, let me go over to here. It's old standard, old T. So see the headline is different than the paragraph. The paragraph is the body right here. The headline, of course, is on top, and it shows you exactly what's going on. But we want to kind of show you exactly, how you guys are doing this so you understand the different fonts. And you don't, by us putting the words in here, the font's this and the letters, the size of the letters are this and all that. You do have to understand it. So all you got to do, remember, is just highlight something or just go in, just click the block, then click the advanced editor, and then you guys are going to be able to see exactly what you've got here. You're going to see that it's old standard and the font size. Let me see if I can find the font size for you. So I go forward. Let me just get out of that. Oop. Okay, I got to click it again. And there we go. So you guys have all that right here. What am I doing wrong? Okay, hang on. There we go. Okay, font weight. Let's see what we have here. Normal or bold. You can change it too to be bold. So if you hit this, let's just see if that works on this. See if we can hit bold. It did. It bolded it right there. So watch this. I'll go back and then I'll hit normal. And there you go. Font style, of course, italic. We can make it italic if we wanted to. So see, we did that, but we don't want to do that for this one. So I'm going to go back, normal. So all the tools are here. It does so much, you guys. So in the background color, we won't get into this right now because like I said, this is the format we're going with to keep the book kind of standard. And we will do another book where we're just going to lay it out. We can do anything we want, but this one's very detailed and it's going pretty well actually. So I'm going to go up here and see what we have. Let me see something here. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to see what we have. Okay, we have that. Which is great. And remember, if you guys ever, like as we're writing the book too, and we haven't done this yet, and in this book, it won't really work, but we can do links. We can do outside links for a lot of you new people that are here. When you're in the WYSIWYG editor, I just wanted to show you this because it's so cool. People don't realize it. You can hit insert edit link. You can put an HTTP www.mywebsite.com, and if someone clicks on it, it'll automatically go from this page over to your site that you have there. For relevance, it doesn't really work for this, but I know people always ask me about how to link the page, which is very important. So, like I said, the one thing I do want to find real quick, let me see what I have here. Okay, here we go. The font size is 23 for here. Let's see what we have here. And the font size is 29 for up here. And as you're building this book, like I said, there's gonna be quirks in the system. It's not you. It's just the system does things sometimes. Now look here where this text goes outside the box. So what I'm going to do here is just put the height a little bit more. like 170, 180. Let's just do that. Let me see what happened here. Am I on the same one? Nope. So I'm going to go height 157. I'm going to go 180 because that was a little bit off here. Okay, a little bit more like 188 will work. There we go. So I just fixed that right here. So if you see anything when you click on it, if it's a little low or needs more room, you can do anything that you want to it going forward. So I hope you guys are kind of understanding the method of that. What I'm trying to show you here, that you can change this up. You can put something else. You know, you can move anything around. You could put 3 pictures here, 3 little mini pictures if you wanted to. And, you know, all you would do, and I'll show you that real quick. All you would do if you wanted to put 3 pictures is you would go here and you would now say, I want this to be, I'd maintain ratio. And let's just say I want this to be 175. Now it's going to change everything. 243. So there you go. And then all I would do is hit clone. And then I would bring one up to here. So you guys can do anything that you want to make it look as cool as you need it. Hit clone again. I love the clone button. We never had this in the olden days. Oh boy, this is so nice. And then what you would do is you would go to Pexels and then change the pictures out as you're going forward. Then I find that one and we put this one there. And then you can have kind of like a collage. So you know, it is very cool. And then you would change these pictures out as you go forward. So right there, I changed from 1 picture to 4, and you kind of see where you need to go. So if you're brand new in the system, what you really need to do is just start pushing buttons. Just go in here, click on something, click on this, and then go to, you know, here. If you see a picture, just go to the width and height, and just, you only have to do one. If you keep it, like right here, let me see, or the pictures that are different than the text, of course. The text, if I click here, okay, it doesn't say maintain ratio because it's text. So all you're going to do is, you know, do the width and the height, and you have to do these separate. They are automatically separate. So if I change one, see, it's doing that. It's doing it by itself. I'm going to go down a little bit, take it back. And then, of course, the height, I can lessen it. You can't really see it because it's right there. Now, the pictures are different. If I hit the pictures, it's going to say maintain ratio, yes or no. And as I showed you earlier, I hope you guys understand that. Just go back through the videos. You guys are going to see, you know, the method to this if you wanted to change this up. So you can take any picture now from Pexels that's huge and make it this small. But remember what I did when I first uploaded it. I made sure that I wrote down, like this picture right here. This is the first thing. When you first come into a page, click on that and write down the image width and the image height. I can't say that enough. Make sure that you guys copy the image width and the image height, or you're going to really have difficulty later. And you're going to get really good at this as you go forward. Now, see this right here? It's a little off. Let me see if I can, oh yeah, all I got to do is just pull it over and then push this one back a little bit. And we're trying to keep the same distance from the sides. As you guys can see, like right here, this little black space, I'm trying to keep it the same, and then lining up these pictures as best as I can up and down, you know, left, right, left, right. Like I said, you can format any, we really want you to get creative. Please get crazy. Do something with the blocks or do something different, but keep the format somewhat like it is, but go crazy. Do whatever you want to. Do some visuals that are very, very cool. You could make anything with these blocks. You could make a little house and then frame pictures within it and the content if you wanted to, just to make it cooler. Like you could take this and then format the blocks to look like a pyramid or whatever. Make it look like a little house and then format the pictures in there. Do the content. It'd just be kind of a cool style. And that's what you kind of want to do to grab the people's attention. A normal book, you know, like everybody else, is boring. You read them and they're all the same. But when you put visuals and the pictures and you do something different in it, to me, I think that's a good hook. That really does work. So, like I said, you can come back here. You'll change the pictures up. You guys see everything here, the headlines. and everything. And you can go up here and start using the elements. You can grab elements if you want. Now here, watch this. If we go here, it takes you, remember, when you click on elements, it'll take you to the page where that element is and where the paragraph is, where the headline. So it shows you the page number, 52. If you haven't done elements in the creator, and then you can scroll up and say, so if you first come in and you guys want to go somewhere, you can hit elements, and this will make it fast, and it'll probably put you on page. Let's see if it puts you on page 1. So when you first come in, and we close this, and we hit elements, and you're on. It shows page 52, probably because I was on it. So if you guys are in here and you kind of start messing around, you're going to see what page you're on, page 2. But you can scroll down really quick, find page 50, 1, whatever, and then click on the block, and it'll automatically bring you to the page that you can start editing and doing it. You don't have to do that. You can just scroll down and find it yourself, but just gives you an idea of what's going on. And as you know, when you first come in here, you guys are going to copy the page. Remember that. So when you're in your editor, first thing you're going to do is say you're on page 50 or whatever the last page is. You're not going to really, you don't need to copy. You don't need to duplicate this one. This is a show you how. This is like, hey, we're going to show you how to do it. So what I would do is take the last page or any page. If you wanted to do it like this page and you wanted to move it or clone it, what you would do is you would hit clone. Let's see if it went directly down. Nope. Let's hit clone again. Oops, I have to hit it here. My bad. Okay, here we go. Okay. And there it is, and there it is. Now, this is the new page I want to do. But guess what? I have other pages in between. So now I'm going to move it 2 down. I'm going to move it below this one and below this one because these are duplicate. I don't want, and I'm going to use this page just as a template. So what I'm going to do is say move down. Okay, so now this one is with the old one, and now right below it, here it is. I'm going to move it one more time. And there it is. So now it's here, and now we're going to have the rectangle blocks, which is just the training. So I just moved the page down a couple by using the tool over here, up or down. And it lets you just keep moving page by page, up or down, which is really useful. So from here, the sky's the limit. You guys can do anything that you want. You can put the whole page up here. If you wanted to go here and just say, I want to get rid of this. Let's just get rid of that, everything here. And then I want to get rid of this. So I want to get rid of that, which is great. And then what? Okay. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Hang on a second. No, I'm going to cancel. I'm going to show you guys something here. Let me see what I got. Okay. See how uneven this is? I keep forgetting this. The grid. So I'm going to put a wide grid. And there we go. So now if I want to move this to be centered here, I would pretty much say, okay, now this is not centered on the page. This would be center is right about there. Now here, I have to kind of guess at this. Oh, but it's working pretty good actually. So right there, I'm just going to say that looks pretty good. So that's the grid up here. And you can use the grid to line things up, which is really, really useful. Then when you're done, just hit remove grid, which is right there, which is really cool. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just say, let's just wipe this out. Yes, I am sure. Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure. No matter what, I can't really make too many mistakes. And let's just say I want to do this now. I want to maintain racial. No. And the reason is now I'm going to make the image height like 800. It's going to stretch the heck out of it. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to say, let's make this 600. Okay, so now I'm there. Okay, so the page is there. So let's just see what I have here. Okay, a deal ran into an old friend. Okay, so this could even be your page. If you want to just do a headline and do a page real quick and say, and do a nice picture, you can do that. So let's just say that I want to upload a picture. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to find a spooky picture. I'm going to upload it. Let's find a long one because as you can see, don't do a wide one. Do a long one because it's more vertical. If you guys are looking what I just did, it's more of a vertical picture. because I made it that way. So I'm going to go here. We got the scary that. Okay. Okay. This something. Okay. Let's use this one. Download. There we go. Okay. It's loading up. 2 seconds left. Okay. So what I do now is I click on that. I say show in folder, and it's going to bring it up right here. I think that's it. Yeah. So I'm going to copy. Then I'm going to go to Sqribble. And then I'm going to go to Ghost Story. Then I'm going to paste it in. I just copied it. Paste it in. Okay, there we go. Okay, Third Man is what that one's called. I'm going to take this off the page. I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to get rid of this. And now I'm going to change the picture. So now I have the picture in a folder on my computer. So I'm going to hit this. Now I'm going to upload. So this is what happens. You're going to hit upload. Now you're going to find the folder on your computer. I always tell people make a folder on your desktop. And all you have to do in your computer, if you got a Windows, is right click. Watch this, you guys. Right click and hit new. And then it says folder. And then a folder will come up and you can name the folder Sqribble Pictures. And then you can drop pictures into that. So you right click, hit new, and hit folder if that's what you want to do. Okay, so now I got this picture. This is my folder that I put it in. I'm going to hit it. It's going to upload. Now, one thing I didn't do, okay, I'm not going to upload it yet. Let me tell you why. I didn't look at the size of the picture. I didn't take the number. If I would have done that, I wouldn't have known. So 600 by 800. You see the width and you see the height. So I'm going to write that down. It's really wise. Just hit 600 and then put the X times 100. And then now I know. Now I'm going to hit it again and then hit that. Upload, hit that. And see, it's large. Look at this. It's 1225 by 1800. So now I'm going to I'm not going to maintain, well, I'm going to maintain ratio. I'm going to keep it yes for now. Let's see if I just change one. If I keep the ratio, it'll try to size it, but I don't think it will. Oh, it did. Didn't do a bad job. I'm going to make this just a little bit less. I'm going to make it 800. And that's what I had before, was 600 by 800. Okay, that's kind of cool. So now you guys can kind of see. Actually, it would have worked a little bit better if I make this, oops. If I would have made this, I'm going to say maintain ratio. No, that's what messed up right there. So I'm going to say 600 and then do it. Okay, now that looks much better. So you have to click the maintain ratio on and off to size your picture, and you guys will get it. All you got to do is once you do it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, it's going to get easier and easier. But now you don't have to have Snagit if you just want to start using the pictures like this. So you can grab any size of a picture, download it onto your computer, bring it in here. But remember, do not forget to take the numbers when you do your picture. You have to remember what size your image is before you upload the picture, because a lot of times, like I said, it'll blow it out. It's too darn big as you go forward. So like I said, we're going to do more training. We're going to show you guys. And the thing you guys really need to get into is doing content. And next week, we're going to do more content for everybody. We're going to show you how to write. We're going to do some writing right hands-on. So if you guys can, just get ready. Like I said, though, you can do a picture like this and just put in something like Ideal ran into an old friend and he was really scared. And then if you wanted to put, very little, just contribute. And let's say you just hit duplicate. And then we go down here. Hang on. And then you can say, he was scared. And all I'm trying to do, okay, now watch, see this? It's gone. Okay, I knew it's in black. So this is kind of a good thing. So we know it's here, but where's the text? So I just left click my mouse and I drug over here because I knew this. I've seen this before. And I'm going to change this to white. Okay. Let's get out of it. There it is. Now the font size, or let's see what the font size is. It is 29. Okay, that's the same font size. He was scared. So you can do things like this. If this is your page that you want to submit, just starting out, so be it. We're not asking for you guys to do everything, together. Okay, someone's asking the question, are editors going to compress the images used? Making them smaller doesn't change the file size. It will in the system, Therese. If on your computer, if it's a 3000 by 3000 pixels, once you bring it into here, you're able to size it. So now this picture is 600 by 800, but it was 1800. So it's still, within the system, it's big, but for this image, it's not. But in the future, if you want to take this picture, just do a duplicate. Just clone the element if you need to use it again. And that's a good point, Therese, because the picture is still going to be big in the file. Yes, it is still large in the system, and but it's not now it's sized to fit within here. So it did resize it for the book, and then when we do the book, it'll hold this level, it'll hold these megabytes, or basically it'll hold this image at this size. But it is a good point. That if you guys have, the question is being, the picture that we first brought in here is a huge megabyte picture. It's a huge image. Yes, it is. But the only way we can make it go down is when we're in the editor here and we can make it smaller. It'll recopy it into the smaller version for this page. But if you wanted to use the picture on another page, it would probably be really large again, and all you got to do is size it down. And that's basically it. No, it won't be. And someone's saying it will be a little bit, it may not work. No, it will work. It will work. It won't be, because we're resizing the image as we go forward. But we want to keep everything. Like I said, if you guys want to use an image like this and then do something like this, and this is all you're doing is writing 2 or 3 sentences with a picture, try it, please. It would really be wise that you guys can do this. So I'm going to hit save and exit. And it won't keep the same file when you load it. Yes, in the picture file, someone's asking, will the picture be yes, it doesn't matter. When you upload it, yes, it's going to be one large image in the file folder. It is going to be one large image, but when you brought it to this and we resized it and we saved the book, the picture is going to be at the new small variable. It's not going to be the large image within the book for where it's at, because we changed it up. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. It will. And people are saying, yes, of course. It'll keep the original size, but don't worry, you probably will never use that picture again, but we sized it right for the page. So we're kind of overdoing it by we don't want to confuse people, because I'm just showing you how to resize the picture, which is simple, and we can do it from that way. So remember, I want you to go, when you guys come in, I want you to go here and I want you to look at the videos, but go to the YouTube channel, please. Go to the YouTube channel. And then, of course, here you see the character development. You guys are going to be able to get into this. Don't go into anybody else's books, but you go into this, you go into the training, you go into the story development, and you're going to go into the writing teams, the members list, that just shows you this. And these are the ground rules. Now I'm going to go over with the team. We're going to make it easier for you guys to get approved, to be, so we send you the links and everything else. And it sounds like we might have a cure for that. So, okay, everybody, we're going to sign it off. It is 7 o'clock. And next week, and I hope this helps out. I could get into a lot of other things. If there's other things you guys want me to train on, please. I'm trying to cover all the bases. The main thing that I think you should be doing if you bought Sqribble is to write a book. And to write it, instead of just getting hunkered down by yourself and figuring out, what am I going to do? We pretty much set it up for you to start writing. And like I said, if you just want to put a picture in and 2 sentences, do it, please. We would love that. At least you're starting. Then the next one will be 2 pictures and 4 sentences, and so on and so forth. So, okay, everybody, I hope you guys, I hope we were able to walk through quite a bit tonight. And remember, go to YouTube and put in some comments if you guys have anything. But I thank everybody for being on this evening. Thank you for the people overseas, over there in Scotland and UK and Ireland and everywhere. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, you guys. Australia, yes, I'm seeing people from all over the place. Okay, everybody, thank you for being on tonight. If you want to be part of the group, please send an email to the team, and we're gonna bring you right in. And we only have a few positions left. I think there's probably several left out of 25 people. If we get filled up, don't worry. We'll probably set up another one. So with all that, I appreciate everybody being on tonight. Have a great, great week. And I will see you guys. I'll be traveling next week. So wherever I'm at, I'll still be doing the meeting, probably from a hotel somewhere, but I will see you guys next week, wherever my feet may land next week. So everybody take care and have a good evening. Take care, everybody. Good night.